In this video, I'm going to go over an example of graphing a piecewise function if you're given the function. And this one we are given f of x is equal to 0 if x is less than -3, negative x if x is between -3 and it's equal to -3, and then it goes to 0 but not equal to 0. And if x squared minus 1 if x is greater than or equal to 0. So for the first step, you want to draw some what we call fences where the domain is separated. So we can look over here and see our domain is separated between -3 and between 0. So I drew a dashed line that represents sort of a boundary at 0 and at -3. The next thing you want to do is set up your function in each place where it kind of goes in the place on your graph. So like 0 is over here where x is less than -3, so I put it over there. Then I have negative x is where x is between -3 and 0, so it's in the middle here. And then I have x squared minus 1 is the piece that belongs where x is greater than or equal to 0, so it'll be over here. And then if we just have 0, all values will just equal 0 for x. So there's nothing really to fill into a table right there. If for all values of x, our f of x is equal to negative x, I just pick the 2 points that'll be on the ends of this little area right here. So -3 for x would give me 3 for y, and 0 for x will give me 0 for y. So on the last piece, I have for every x value, the y value will be x squared minus 1. So I picked out points from that fence moving to the right. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 0 goes with -1 when I plug that in, 1 goes with 0, 2 goes with 3, 3 goes with 8, and 4 goes with 15, which obviously won't fit on the graph, so just don't worry about that one. And the next step would be to graph those points. So I plotted the points that all values of x are equal to 0. I can double check and make sure I've got open or closed circle where they belong. So x was less than -3, so I put an open circle at -3 and then just went to the left for that first piece. For the second piece, this is just the function negative x, where x is between -3 and 0. It's equal to -3, so I put a closed circle there, but less than 0, so I put an open circle at 0. And then for the values where x is greater than or equal to 0, I can plot these points, and then it's just a piece of that parabola that had a transformation shift down 1 right there. So it's easy to just plot the points, just leave out the 4, 15 because it doesn't fit on the graph. And you do need an arrow right there because it's greater than or equal to 0, so it won't stop right there. And then I just made a note to make sure you double check which piece owns the fence, because you want to make sure you've put the open and closed circles where they belong.